Hello and welcome to the Learning to Slay the Beast podcast, a resilience podcast where we talk about all the challenging things that we're working to overcome, like anxiety, health, and relationship issues. My name is Sarah. This week on the show, I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about how to prepare and get through the holidays, and then also do a grounding meditation for the holidays. So given that we're only a few days away from Christmas and New Year's and everybody's got a lot going on, I thought it would be a good time to pause on some of the more information-filled, heavier topic interviews. I've got some great ones that I will be sharing in the new year, but I thought right now, given so many people have so much circling around in their head, it would be a good time to do something a little bit different. So I thought I'd start by talking about some of the things I'm going to look toward in the holidays to help me deal with this kind of crazy time. Typically, the holidays are quite busy, but then this year we've also got the added challenge of more information around COVID. And I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of feelings and don't necessarily want to go towards some of those negative coping mechanisms. So I thought I would focus on some of the more positive coping mechanisms that I use whenever I can. And hopefully that will give you a few ideas for something to go to when you're maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed or just uncertain about where things are going, and it can really help with mood. That's what I find, is that I use a lot of these things when my mood is feeling a little bit off. So the first one that I was going to talk about was activity. So if you follow me on Instagram or, have been listening to the podcast, you've probably heard me talk about how much I work activity into my life. I enjoy running. I will sometimes throw in some yoga. I did yoga the other day because my body was just really feeling like it needed something, a lot of aches and pains. And then I enjoy walking a lot with my dog. I'm outside every day walking with the dog and running as well. And then I also do a lot of weightlifting. I weightlift 3-4 times a week, depending on the week. And then have recently added in some spinning on my new Peloton spin bike. So those are some of the activities that I use to really help my mood. I often start the day feeling very slow, but as soon as I can get into something like this, it really helps me to kind of flip that switch. And so I would encourage you, and this is what my plan is to, over this time when I feel overwhelmed, even do something really short, like a short burst, a 10-minute cardio, a really quick yoga. I'm thinking of really trying to target my core and do some really quick 10-minute core exercise videos. Peloton has tons of stuff on their app, so that's probably what I'll be using. But I know I've seen tons online as well through YouTube and other mediums where, you can just take a really quick change there in terms of your mood, in terms of your stress levels when you use an activity like that. And so it doesn't have to be a workout. That's kind of why I said activity, because a lot of people get in their minds like, it has to be, a half an hour or an hour or whatever. But if you're looking for just a quick mood change, it can be even quicker than that, right? 10 minutes, right? Can be enough to really change up your mood. I've had days like that where I am feeling really stressed and I go for a 10-minute walk with the dog and it's outside and I'm brisk and, all of those things. And I come back feeling so much better. So that's my first healthy, kind of positive coping mechanism. My second is I just mentioned, and that's outdoors. So I know as the weather gets cold, we all want to turtle and stay inside, but I really would encourage, and my plan is to try to get outside every day for sure. And that's one thing that the dog has been very helpful for, is he really gets me outside because he just loves it and he always wants to go no matter what. So that would be totally a recommendation. I know when we had Dr. Janine Krause on, she talked a lot about the benefits of getting outside, about vitamin D. And so I'm hoping everyone will take that advice from Dr. Janine and get outside for, I think she said about 20 minutes would be great in the morning, and it really helps with your sleep cycle as well. So, you can combine your walk, you can combine your outdoors and just get that fresh air, sunshine. Even if it's cloudy, I still find I usually feel a lot better after a morning walk. The next one that I'm planning is connection. So, we often find connection over the holidays, but I think my plan is to focus on some genuine connection moments, be it with my kids, my husband, my extended family, friends, just really trying to be present, trying to feel those times when we're actually together and trying to draw on that connection. And even if it's over the phone, even if it's just a phone call with somebody that you hadn't talked to in a little while, just reaching out on those times when you're like, I really feel overwhelmed. I really just need to talk to somebody. And that can even be your therapist. If you do have therapy appointments scheduled over the break, that can be a really great time to make connection as well. And just talk about all the things that are happening right now in the world and in your life, and really help you to work through some of those feelings. Another one that I will definitely be relying on is my healthy habits. So that kind of tends to be a lot around the activity, but also my eating habits and also my supplements. So I do take a lot of vitamins and supplements every day that help me to feel a little bit better. So I will make sure that even though it's the holidays, I'm not skimping on my supplements, and I'm taking those every morning, night, depending on what it is, so that I can feel my best, and also trying to eat in a way that makes me feel the best. And for me, I need to get protein at every meal, or I just feel like my blood sugar is all over the place. So that'll be another focus, is not to be forgetting my protein and kind of having meals at meal times. I know over the holidays, a lot of people talk about overeating or eating, so much sugar and all this kind of stuff. But I also know that like the schedule really gets off. And so that'll be something I think to keep my energy up. I'll need to make sure I'm eating at the proper times and not just thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to have a big lunch and I won't eat breakfast, or, oh, we're having a big meal, so I won't eat. Like really trying to make sure that that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing those healthy habits that make you feel good day to day. Even water. I often forget water in the winter. I'm always forgetting because you're just always feeling cold. So one thing I do is sometimes, this sounds really silly, but I drink hot water because I just don't feel like guzzling a big water bottle, but I will just drink water from my kettle. And even though it's not coffee or it's not anything, it does help me to actually get it in. And it reminds me then that, oh yeah, water is important to me. So that's another one. So those are 4 things that I think are really important. There's tons more. Another one that I do love is rest, of course, is a big one. Trying to get that sleep when you need it, listening to your body. And journaling is another one. I know there can be so much complexity with family relationships or seeing people you haven't seen in a long time. And so I've learned taking that to my journal can be really powerful in terms of trying to get some of that out. Also, if you are feeling really stressed around COVID and just the holiday hustle bustle as well, journaling can be really helpful just to kind of even plan out how you're going to do it all. Maybe. is something you can do, but also journaling feelings. You can journal certain questions as well, helping you to kind of set your mindset for this time of year as well. And then the last thing I was going to mention that I really want to make sure that I'm working in this year is meditation. So I love meditation. It's something that I never feel like I do enough of, but then I will get in these points where I know it in my body that I need to spend some time meditating. And I really am feeling that this year, that at this time of year, as it starts to get cold and it's dark in Canada and we have so much going on, meditation just seems like something that is really needed for me right now. And we know that it is so important, that it can help calm our nervous system. We've heard that through a number of the professionals that have been on the podcast. One in particular, Dr. Roseanne Capana-Hodge, she mentioned the importance of meditation and even journaling, gratitude journaling and things like that as well. So I'm really planning to spend some time in meditation as well whenever I can, because it's one thing that you can do that is free, that is accessible to you wherever you are. You can literally be having a bath and do a meditation. You can be a passenger in a vehicle and spend a few minutes in meditation. There are so many places that it can be incorporated into your life. So on that note, I thought it would be fun to kind of give back and do a grounding meditation for the holidays for you this year. And this is something that you can listen to when you need a few minutes and you're feeling like you need that grounding. It can help you to find that calm and a few minutes for yourself during this holiday season. So we will finish off with the grounding meditation, but before that, I just want to say I hope everybody has a great holiday season. I hope these tips are helpful. If they are, please feel free to reach out and let me know on Instagram. It's at Sarah Lady Gluten. And again, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season and enjoy this grounding meditation for the holidays. About a year ago, we got a new puppy named Charlie. Charlie is a lab collie crossed with an Australian cattle dog, a blue heeler. And Charlie is a super chewer. He chews anything he can get his hands on, blankets, he chews any toy that we get and destroys it within a few seconds. So this is why I'm excited this year for Christmas to give Charlie the BarkBox Super Chewer. BarkBox Super Chewer comes with 2 tough toys that are always fluff free, because Charlie can destroy anything with fluff. He literally can find the weak link in that toy and then he just goes to town. It also comes with 2 full-size bags of treats that are customizable for allergy or diet preferences, and then 2 all-natural meaty chews. So you can also get your dog, especially if he's a super chewer, a BarkBox Super Chewer subscription, and you can use my link, which is www.superchewer.com/reallife. And this link gives you an extra free month of Super Chewer, which is valued at $45 and is valid on the multi-length plan. So you can sign up with 3 months or 6 months or a year and then see what you like in terms of keeping your dog happy and not chewing the things that he shouldn't be chewing, like Charlie did when we first got him, and he chewed the corners of our walls and our trim in our house and our couch and so many things. So get BarkBox Super Chewer. And again, my link is www.superchewer.com/reallife. I'm going to suggest that you start in a comfortable position, preferably laying down on a yoga mat, on your bed, on the floor somewhere where you can feel comfortable, you can feel completely released in that posture. You can close your eyes if that is also available to you right now, or just sink into whatever position that is available for you. Let's notice our breath to start, coming in and out of our body, relaxing our muscles, reducing our tension. Let's focus on our breath and being present in our body. We're going to start with 3 breaths. First, we're going to breathe in all the way to our stomach and release. Next, we'll breathe in to our chest and then our stomach and release. Next, we'll breathe into our throat, our chest, our stomach, and then release. The intention of today's meditation is to find a few minutes to ground ourselves during busy times. Let's imagine ourselves outdoors, lying in the grass or on a beach, feeling totally relaxed. Our body is completely sprawled out, almost like a shavasana or dead pose. We're in the outdoors and it is warm. We can feel the sun on our face and on our body, keeping us warm. Imagine our body is totally relaxed and every muscle is sinking into the ground or the sand, feeling completely supported. We can feel grounded completely in the back of our legs, our calf muscles, our hamstrings all feel pulled towards the ground and completely relaxed. Breathe in and out. Our low back and our mid back also feel completely supported and relaxed with no tension left in them. They're pulled towards the ground. Breathe in and out. Our upper back and our shoulders feel completely relaxed, no tension, grounded, the weight of them going right into the floor. Breathe in and out. Our neck and our head feel completely relaxed, naturally resting against the ground, whether it's our beach or our grass that we're laying on. Fully supported. breathe in and out. We're going to do some full body breathing as we enjoy the warmth on our body, as we enjoy our time in grounded rest. We'll breathe in, starting at the toes, and flow that breath all the way up your body, through your legs, through your trunk, through your lungs, your head, all the way to the top of your head. And then breathe out, flowing that breath back down your body in reverse. We'll do another full body breath. Again, breathe in all the way from your toes and all the way up towards the top of your head. And then reverse it out. Feel your full body relaxed and supported and grounded. One more full body breath, breathing in at our toes, from our toes all the way up to the top of our head, releasing even more tension and reversing it, blowing out, sinking even further into the ground that's supporting us as we release that breath out through our toes. Take a few minutes to enjoy this delicious feeling of being supported, relaxed, and grounded. Enjoy the calm feeling in your nervous system. Now we're coming back to our mat, returning to where we began. If you have time, we'll do 3 more breaths together. Our first into our stomach and out. Try to do them audibly this time and really let it go. The next into our chest, our stomach, and out. And our final breath into our throat, chest, stomach, and out. Now, if you're ready, you can meet yourself back in your room. Begin to wiggle your toes and your body ever so slightly, little movements to come back. If you're opening your eyes now, you can do that. If you're in a dark room, go ahead and open them. And if you're in a room with the lights on, focus on one color at the beginning and then slowly take in the rest of the room. Slowly move into your sleep if that's where you're headed to, or into the rest of your day, and enjoy this time that you've taken to yourself. love the Learning to Slay the Beast podcast? Well, first of all, thank you so much. Second of all, if you love the podcast and you want more and more to keep coming, I would love your support through Ko-fi.com. Ko-fi.com is a way that you can put a little money towards your favorite podcast. It can be as little as a few dollars, one time, bunch of times, whatever you feel that you can give. And it helps to cover all the costs that go associated with podcasting. So if you would like to support this podcast, please consider donating through Ko-fi.com. You can find the link in my Instagram feed under Linktree. It's at Sarah Lady Gluten, or you can visit Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/learning to slay the beasts. I appreciate your support, whether you can give or not. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you for listening to the Learning to Slay the Beast podcast. Please keep in mind, this podcast is not intended to be medical or professional advice. If you'd like to hear more from me, you can follow me on social media, Instagram and TikTok at Sarah Lady Gluten, or Facebook, Sarah_gluten-free lady. You can also visit my website, which includes author information, speaking information, and more info on the podcast at www.se-german.com. If you like the podcast, please feel free to review the podcast on your favorite platform and also subscribe, because it means that it will show up for you every week on your favorite podcast platform. Also, we've just started to have the ability to support the podcast. You can find this link in my Instagram bio or visit Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/learning to slay the beasts. Thanks again for listening and have a great week.